So we're meeting for the third session in the 18th chapter, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. We had covered 32 shlokas up to 32 shlokas in the last class. Yeah. Up to here we have just completed. 32, we have to start from 33, okay? So as usual with our obeisances, very most sacred duty of paying obeisances to Sri Sri Radha Govinda of the ISKCON temple at Nanturu, Mangaluru, and seeking the grace of our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada and the blessings of my Shiksha Guru, Namanishta Das Prabhu. I would like to start the day's session today with my prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmalitan Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna devotees.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. I'm seeing enthusiastic participants raising hands to chant the shlokas, I suppose. Very happy. Yeah, today and tomorrow it's your floor. You can just chant. Okay. Now, before that, Meenakshi, are you there?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Have you shared the link of our temple, new temple at ISKCON?
Yeah, Mataji. The construction work that is going on.
Yeah. Have you shared it?
Yes,
in
Mataji.
the group? In the group
in
you
the
have shared
morning
it?
itself. Yes, Mataji.
Okay. I hope the devotees have seen the link. Okay. Now we are building a temple at Mangalore, a huge temple. It's a very big establishment. There we can have offline classes. Because of Corona, we are in online now, but then later we'll be having offline classes. Beautiful temple and lot of hospitality, lot of guest rooms and all that. And you can there personally we can have interactions and learn, learn and teach there. Okay. So whatever your might is, whatever today is actually Ekadashi. So it's a very auspicious day to donate. even 1 rupee is enough for us. You see, that 1 rupee, if you give with all the prayers for ISKCON, they want your prayers, they want your well wishes, they want your, your good feelings for us. Okay, we are under the in the leadership of our Shiksha Guru. He's been doing wonderful work actually. I don't know, how he's managing with so much of activities. He's an icon actually for activity and service. So he's been doing it. Anything you want, with willing, with love, don't feel the burden of giving it. Okay, as I said, no donation done grudgingly or all that is not going to either benefit us or you. Okay, we don't not that necessarily have to give us anything. I said even 1 rupee with the well wishes. If you can give, that's great. We can build a beautiful temple. So please go through the link and whatever sevas, there are so many, one brick, then whatever you can I don't know, there are so many, I think 1 square foot. You can go through the link. I think that it is better and do something and with your will. If you can't do, no problem. If you're not able to do, no problem at all, because we don't know who is giving, who is not giving. So don't worry about that. We are not going to come to know at all. And we depend on Lord's mercy, and somehow Lord is going to help us make it happen. And one more thing, if you are able to, those who have, not the have-nots, those who have, to give a little bit, you'll be able to continue these free classes for a long time. I think maybe eternally, maybe everywhere else. It's not like this as I have seen, because I was also a student like you, just last year before last. So it's not like this, but they have been doing this human service. So we'll be able to extend the service for a longer time for lots of people, for lakhs and crores of people. We want to extend it. That's the vision of our Shiksha Guru, Namanisha Das Prabhu. So let us help him realize his dreams with our little bit of what we can do. Okay? Today and tomorrow, very auspicious days. And Dwadashi is also auspicious, Ekadashi is also auspicious. Okay, so please decide for yourself. Okay, we'll now come to our session. To the shlokas. So we read the shlokas last time. We stopped at this. So in the last chapter, Lord told us, how we can, based upon the modes of nature, how the shraddhas, the faiths depend, the foods that we eat goes by the modes of nature that we possess. Okay, and then faiths, they go by the worships, types of worships go by our modes of nature. So here he says determination. He says intelligences. So many, almost everything, A to Z of us depends on our modes of nature. That you remember. Okay, so 3 kinds of intelligences based on the modes of material nature. Okay, now what ought to, now in the mode of goodness, they know what ought to, or what has to be done or should not be done. Okay, and where you have to get afraid, where you should not get afraid. You have to get afraid in front of the guru, elders, not afraid in that sense. We know that is bhaya bhakti. Bhaya bhakti, because out of bhakti you are fearful. That's all. Not that you're scared of your elders or your gurus. So he should know where to get scared, and never to get scared when there's a calamity or there's something. He should face it with his broad shoulders. So he's in the mode of goodness. And what is binding and what is liberating? He should know what is binding and what is liberating. What binds us? The modes of nature bind us. Our goodness binds us. Passion binds us. Ignorance binds us. Is it not? Attachment binds us. And too much of lust, anger, all bind us. Okay. And what is liberating? Devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Krishna consciousness. Thinking that he is not thinking. That's true only. He is the eternal proprietor and we are the eternal servitors. In the mode of passion, he cannot distinguish between religious way of life and irreligious way of life. He mistakes one for another. He mistakes a great person to a commoner and a commoner to a great person. Okay, and between action that should be done and action that should not be done, he doesn't know, no discretion. He's in mode of passion. Now, the ignorant man considers, furthermore, he's in actually darkness, considers irreligion to be religion and religion to be irreligion. Completely opposite. Under the spell of illusion, he's under Maya, spell of illusion, Mahamaya, and darkness, and strives always in the wrong direction. Always is taking the wrong path. wrong direction, wrong decisions, everything wrong. So he's ruined actually. Now we go to the the Lord tells Arjuna, now we come to determinations. One's determination should be firm. It should be very firm. No dingle dangle, nothing. Yeah, what you say yes is yes, no is no. Possible for whom is it possible? For a person who is steadily fixed in Krishna consciousness. Okay, through the practice of yoga. Such determination, firm determination, controls one's activities of the mind, life, and senses. It's very important to control our mind. Okay, the mind is very, very important. The mind is it's a monkey. You can't do it, difficult to control it, like a small child, naughty child. You can't control the mind. Okay, life, our life, you have to control. You should do, if the brake and the accelerator both are with us. You should know how to manage the two and have a smooth journey. And senses, of course. Senses are actually horses. If you leave them without their reins, they'll go berserk. They'll take you, and ultimately, if you allow them to take over you, they will go and put you in the ditch. Okay, it is in the mode of this, in the mode of goodness. Avyabhicharinya means, the significant word in this shloka. Krishna conscious people are always focused on their goal. They have a goal, they have a name, ambition. They just follow, they reach it. Like, the horse, when it is being driven, the person, the rider, actually puts something on the sides for the horse. It's not able to see left and right. So it goes straight, fast. Okay. So we have to put ourselves, these things to side, coverings for ourselves, and look at the goal. We should see nothing but the goal and nothing but the goal, and try to achieve it. Nothing can distract them. Okay. Now next shloka will take 33. I have some Sudha Mataji, please take. Please take, yeah.
Dhritya yaya dharayate mana pranendriya kriya yoge navya vicharinya dhriti sa partha satviki. O son of Pritha, that determination which is unbreakable, which is sustained with steadfastness by yoga practice, and which thus controls the activities of the mind, life, and senses, is determination in the mode of goodness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. We just discussed that, 33rd shloka. So that's what it says. Okay, you have to be do in whatever you do. Now next 34th shloka. Meenakshi Mataji or Mahalakshmi? Anyone?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Anyone, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Yaya tu dharma karmarthan dhrita dharayate Arjuna prasangena bhalakankshi dhriti sa partha rajasi.
Yeah. Yeah, read the translation.
But that determination by which one holds fast to fruitive result in religion, economic development, and sense gratification is of the nature of passion. Oh Arjuna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Here, the features of a person in the mode of passion are discussed. Now, the determination by which one holds fast. He has a determination, not that he doesn't have. Okay, to what? What is he holding on to? Not good things. Fruitive results. He wants to enjoy the results of his actions. Okay, in religion, economic development, in every way he wants to have a hand. He wants to be the winner. He wants to enjoy. And sense gratification definitely is of the nature of passion. He does not have any higher values like spirituality and reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Charitamrita. No, nothing like that. He only wants all material things. Okay. Now, yeah. Next 35.
Meenakshi Mataji.
Mataji. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Yaya swapnam bhayam sokam visadam madameva cha na vimunchati durmedha dhratihi sa partha tamasi. And that determination which cannot go beyond dreaming, fearfulness, lamentation, morose senses, and illusion.
Moroseness.
Okay, moroseness.
And
illusion. Yeah. Such unintelligent determination, O son of Pritha, is in the mode of darkness. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you. Yeah. Here, ya swapnam bhayam shokam. See, dreaming all of us do. Not that goodness people don't dream and dream passionate people also don't dream. But this person, the ignorant person, see, does not go beyond the dreams. He does not try to realize, first of all, what does he dream? Dreams of all material things, all unwanted, useless things. Okay, nothing like higher achievement and all that. And he doesn't bother to realize it at all. Only it stops at dreaming. And that it does not go beyond dreaming. Fearfulness, always afraid. I don't know why these people are afraid. I always tell you, don't be afraid. Fear should not be in those who are Krishna conscious in spiritual activity, okay, towards pursuing spirituality should never be fearful, okay. Fearful to God out of bhakti, not otherwise, okay. Lamentation, okay, moroseness, always lazy, always is lamenting, always regrets. Nothing, he's not happy about anything that he's doing. And illusion is definitely completely, it covers him. Such unintelligent determination, O son of Pratha, is in the mode of darkness. Yeah, the dreaming is a natural phenomenon, okay, occurring in all the three modes. All of us dream, good, bad, good, passionate, ignorant, all of us dream. But the person, what is the difference between the person of the dreaming of a person in the mode of ignorance is that he stops only at dreaming, not venturing beyond. Supposing he has a good dream also, he doesn't want to pursue the dream and realize it. He just stops at dreaming. Why? He oversleeps. Those who, it is said, those who oversleep get dreams. Okay, and they get lots of weird dreams. Oversleeps as he cannot visualize plans for realizing his dreams. Why does he oversleep so much? Because he does not have plans to realize his dreams. See, if he has plans, if he knows how to go about it, in fact, a person in mode of goodness would actually jump out of the bed once he gets a nice dream and start working for realizing the dream. But this person, no, he wants to sleep further because he does not have any plans to realize the dreams. He's so lazy. He's engaged in enjoying material objects with pride. But at the same time, all material things he will enjoy with pride. He said, it's mine. He's completely in the material mode of life. Always dreams of lording over the material world. That is the greatest disease these people have. They want to lord over the material world. They are the proprietors. God is nothing. God doesn't exist for them at all. It is all theirs. And whatever is happening today is because of them. That is the greatest illusion they have. With his life, mind and senses so engaged. His life is engaged in illusion, lording over, material, proprietorship. Mind in the same. Senses also in the same. His determination is in the mode of ignorance. Let us see, if he says everything I am doing, let him try to stop something which is happening. He cannot do it. See, our Lord was able to stop the wind. He can stop anything. He can stop rain, stop wind. He can do marvels. But what can he do? He can actually create chaos. He can't, that's what he can do. So how can he say he's the Lord of everything? Let him do one thing and show. That's what is in Bhagavad Gita, is it not? Let him show, these people who say they're gods, let them show the Vishwarupa Darshana once, we say hats off. But no one can do it, is it not? Yeah, we'll go to the next one. Yeah. Now we come to three kinds of determinations based on the modes of material nature. Okay. Now here, there are again three here. So, O son of Pratha, that determination which is unbreakable, very firm, okay, steadfast, which is sustained with steadfastness by yoga practice, and thus controls the mind, life, and the acts of the senses, is in the mode of goodness. Okay, a person in mode of goodness has got firm determination. Oh no, higgle-haggling, nothing wavering at all. That determination by which one holds fast to fruitive results in religion, economic development, and sense gratification is the nature of passion, the passionate person. And that one who can't go beyond dreaming and fearfulness, lamentation, moroseness, and illusion is in the mode of ignorance. Now, next one who will take Mahalakshmi, please take this sloka.
Ajay Prabhuji.
Oh yes, most welcome. Anyone can take. Anyone.
सुखं त्रिदानीं त्रिविधं शृणु मे भरतर्षभ अभ्यासात् रमते यत्र दुःखान्तं च निगच्छन्ति. O best of Bharata, now please hear from me about the three kinds of happiness by which the conditioned soul enjoys and by which he sometimes comes to the end of all distress. Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you very much. So now here, three types of happiness is going to discuss here. The propensity of a conditioned soul, this tendency of a conditioned soul, is to repeatedly enjoy material happiness. You ask anyone, they want to enjoy material happiness. Given an option between a spiritual discourse and a movie, they would prefer a movie. Preferring between something spiritual and a mall visit, they would go to a mall. They want material happiness. That's the propensity. It's such a, all of you at this time on a Saturday and Sunday, you are attending Bhagavad Gita classes, a marvel. I congratulate all of you, You're really great. You can be doing so many things, but you're interested in spirituality. This is called chewing the chewed. So chewing the chewed, already it is chewed, you're still chewing that only. What is there in, see, what is different in the material happiness? What is different in the malls? What is different in the material world? Same thing repeats, but that repetition, you don't mind. You do the same thing, you're going to see same serial, same character, same problem, everything same, you don't mind it. But if you have to recite Bhagavad Gita every day, or read Bhagavatam every day, or attend discourses every day, you feel the same thing you have to attend every day. You feel like that. It should be on the contrary. On the contrary, see this all in Navanutana. Whatever happens in spirituality is always ever new. Every day it is new. Though it is the same stuff being told to you, it appears new. So because in the wake of your experiences in the world and what you're going, turmoil you're going through in life, anyone, ask anyone, at least in a spiritual person feels so soothing effect when he listens to some nice discourse, which helps him out of his problems. By chance, if he associates with a great soul, a conditioned soul, he gets relieved from material entanglement. There's one chance. If he comes across a devotee, and through the devotee, if he meets a bona fide spiritual master, then he gets impressed by him. It's very important. You should get impressed, attracted by him for spiritual discourse. Then he will be released of the entanglement. Awakened in Krishna consciousness, he's awakened. Once he comes in contact with a devotee, he gets up from slumber. Okay, he's plucked out from the repetitive so-called happiness. He's actually plucked out. He's removed from the repetitive happiness. See, every day we eat the same rice and sambar, or sambar and rice, or rasam and same thing keeps on happening. But that that is for the body. You have to. But again, there you want variety, is it not? You will sometimes, let me have something different today, and let me cook something different today. So this repetition, only in spirituality one can enjoy it. Okay, but that taste for happiness, that such happiness can be given to us only by a devotee or a spiritual master. Okay? Now take this next sloka.
Mataji.
Yes, please take. Yeah. Jayashri Mataji also has hand. Yeah, Jayashri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yattat agre vishameva pariname amritopamam tat sukham satvikam prokta proktam atma buddhi prasadajam.
Yes. Yeah.
That which in the beginning may be just like poison, but at the end is like nectar, and which awakens one to self-realization, is said to be happiness in the mode of goodness. In the pursuit of self-realization, that's all, no, Mataji?
You may read if you want. Yeah, you may read.
In the pursuit of self-realization, one has to follow many rules and regulations to control the mind and the senses, and to concentrate the mind on the self. All these procedures are very difficult, bitter like poison, but if one is successful in following the regulations and come to the transcendental position, he begins to drink the real nectar and he enjoys life.
Yes.
Hare
Yeah. Hare Krishna Mataji. So, yat tadagre visham iva. So, what is like poison in the beginning? Pariname amritopamam. It becomes pariname, becomes it's converted into nectar at the end. Okay. Tat sukham satvikam proktam atma buddhi prasadajam. Okay. So here there are many examples we can give for this. You can yourself actually give me examples. But the example given by Prabhupada here is that generally it's the attraction, infatuation, you can say whatever, between a girl and a boy. Then they get together, and then of course if they get married, they have a very happy marital life. Very good. Nothing that can also happen. I don't mean to say it won't happen, but what may happen? Suppose it becomes initially they're very, very close. Then the incompatibility starts. They start finding fault with each other. In very close and very faithful relations, one should not find fault with the other unnecessarily. Okay. In case there's a fault that you want to highlight, you can do it in a very nice way, in a very positive way, so that they don't feel bad at all. But here they are actually on war front. What has happened? It began with a very lovely note and ended in bitterness. I give one more example. Normally in diabetes, see, if you overindulge in sweets, you end up in diabetes. Okay. Now then again, that's a disease. That's definitely bitter. The sweet was sweet and the disease is bitter. But sometimes for certain diseases, you are given, especially in Ayurveda, other medicines are very sweet. But Ayurveda, in this school of thought, in this school of alternative medicine, there are so many medicines, especially Kotekal medicines and Vaidyanath medicines, which are very, very bitter, like poison only. But they will cure the disease. So it will be bitter in the beginning and good later. Okay. So that's the meaning of this particular shloka. Now, next shloka. Yushendriya.
Prabhuji.
Ajay Prabhuji.
Yogananda Prabhuji.
Yogananda Prabhuji, please.
Visayandriya samyogat yattat agre mritopamam pariname visamiva tatsukam rajasam smatam. That happiness which is derived from contact of the senses with their objects and which appears like nectar at the first but poison at the end is said to be of the nature of passion.
Passion, yeah.
Hare Krishna,
So, Hare Krishna Prabhu. See, for the mode of goodness, see, he doesn't mind taking bitter things in the beginning and wants to end with a happy note, with a sweet note, in the mode of goodness. But here in the case of passion, it wants to start with sweet and then end with bitter. So he's in the mode of passion, okay? And the ignorant person, he is both bitter in the beginning and the end. Will come to him also. Now let us analyze this actually. We have not analyzed till now. Attraction between, I just told you that, between a young man and a young woman is if mutual, okay? Attraction on one side is no use. Mutual is natural, sweet and pleasant, okay? That's how marriages happen. If it's not mutual, then they won't happen at all. On progressing, if unfortunately it ends up in incompatibility, becomes as bitter as poison. So what should you do? You should not allow this sweet to become poison at all. Adjust with each other. Don't have incompatibility at all. Okay. So that's the remedy. Divorce, regret, and sorrow follows. Definitely. What will happen later? They go to the court only immediately. Happiness from indiscriminate involvement of senses and sense objects is largely miserable. So anything for that matter, don't overindulge. Okay. Too much is too bad. Okay. Whatever it is. Okay. You should have a limit. You lay a limit for yourself. Is in the mode of passion, should be avoided. Overindulgence in sweet to please the palate may lead to diabetes, making life miserable. A bitter medicine prescribed to treat a disease leaves curing the ailment. Okay, so that you have to, we know this, but it's been told in Bhagavad Gita also. So we have to, so we'll see this. 3 kinds of happinesses. Now we'll, yes. That which in the beginning, I think this is a repetition only. I think we'll go back quickly across it. No need to repeat this. I've told you. In the beginning, it is like nectar, and then it's just like poison, then becomes nectar, the more than goodness. Okay, beginning was, what is it? It is very bitter, poisonous. Later becomes nectar. And for this, derived from contact of senses with your objects, which appear like nectar in the beginning, but end up with poisonous, feeling. That is mode of passion. But what about this ignorant person, blind to self-realization, which is delusion? From beginning to end, it's bitter, nothing but bitter. Okay, and which arises from, why is it like that? Sleep, laziness, and illusion is actually that condition. The next shloka, please take. Tadagre.
Hare Krishna
Chanubandhe.
Mataji.
Yeah,
Can I
please
read?
take. Oh yes, certainly.
Yad agre chanubandhe cha sukham mohanam atmanaha nidralasya pramadotam tattamasamudahritam. And that happiness which is blind to self-realization, which is delusion from beginning to end, and which arises from sleep, laziness, and illusion, is said to be of the nature of ignorance. Hare Krishna Mataji.
We have discussed this. We'll pass this. There's lots to be done today. some redundant things I want to. No, I won't elaborate on that. Very interesting things are there today. One in the mode of ignorance takes pleasure in indolence and sleep, laziness and sleep. Okay, lacks discretion between how to act and how not to act. He doesn't know how to act, what to do, doesn't know what not to do, what to do, how to do, does not know. Is always in illusion about everything. A to Z is an illusion. Such a person has no happiness, either in the beginning or at the end. How can he be happy? Always illusion. Is miserable both in the beginning and the end. Now take the 40th shloka. Who will take this?
Mahalakshmi Mataji.
Mahalakshmi Mataji, please take. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Na tat asti prithivyaam va divi devesu va punaha sattvam prakriti jay muktam yat evi shatrivir gunaihi.
Yatrivi gunaihi. Yeah.
Yatrivi.
Yeah.
There is no being existing either here or among the demigods in the higher planetary system, which is freed from these three modes of born of material nature. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah. So no one is bereft of this modes of material. Demigods, then are the modes of material nature. So there no one is saved from these modes. So you have to manage. That's very important. Okay? So now here, managing is very important. Yes. Next one.
Meenakshi.
Yeah.
Hare
Meenakshi.
Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Brahmana kshetriya vaishyam shudranam cha param tapa karmani prabhibhaktani swabhava prabhavairgune.
Yeah.
Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras are distinguished by the qualities born of their own natures in accordance with the material modes. O chastiser of the enemy. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Now Lord says, Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya, Shudra, all of them, they are born, it's a natural, they're their modes of nature. Due to their modes of nature in the last birth, they have got these actually social orders. Okay, so he tells them how, and they should not deviate from that. They are born in the particular. One is born as a Brahmana, one is born as a Kshatriya or a Vaishya or a Shudra, based on the modes of material nature. Okay, so they develop a particular nature, and they actually have to perform their prescribed duties. We'll come to the duties now. Now the yoga ladder. Now we are actually 41st shloka. I think we need not go to all others because we'll just limit to what we are doing right now. Whole thing will be covered today or tomorrow. 41 to 48, all work. The freedom from reaction by occupational work. So what is agenda here, discussion here? How can you get freedom from the reaction of occupational work? Okay, what is occupational work? Prescribed duty. Okay, all work is controlled by the modes. I told you A to Z. Whatever you are doing, you're eating, and you're behaving, you're talking, you're walking, you're performing your activities, you're cooking, you're worshipping. Everything is controlled by the three modes of material nature. Yet one can become free from the reactions of work. Now, though you are controlled by, see, no mode is good. I'm telling you, no mode is good. Even goodness is not good. Goodness, passion, ignorance, all of them are equally, they are not liberating. So, how to get free from the reaction of work, that you have to learn now and transcend. Become only when you transcend, go beyond the modes of material nature, you can get liberation by acting as Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra. Okay, in Nishkama Karma Yoga, very nice. So if you do Nishkama, what is Nishkama Karma Yoga? See, Karma Yoga is karma. Before that, you do karma. Karma is doing the work. Okay, no God involvement there. Just go on your daily activities. That is karma. Okay. Now, what is Karma Yoga? You remember Lord at the back of your mind. Always keep him at the back of your mind and perform your activity. That is, what is it? Karma Yoga. And Sakama Karma Yoga. Okay, Sakama is expecting the with fruitive results. You do it. Sakama Karma Yoga. Nishkama Karma Yoga. Don't expect the fruits of your reactions. So if you do that, then one can become free in the reactions of work. How can you do that? Okay? I always keep on telling you, I'll remind you again. Naham karta hari karta. Whatever you do, you say, I'm not doing it. Lord is doing it for me. Okay, you are doing it. So no, I know, Madam Mataji, I am doing it. Who are you? Who are you? You are a creation of Lord. When you were born, whatever your age is now, so many years back, you were brought onto the earth by Lord. Okay, and everything that you have, your hands, your feet, your mouth, your eyes, your ears, everything is given by the Lord. It was actually a covering given for the soul. Okay, again given by Lord only. Tell me, is there any scientist or any doctor? A doctor can only conduct the delivery. That's all. That's all. He cannot create your organs. Okay. And the mother can only give birth to the child. She cannot create all what you're beautiful or what your every feature. Some children are so beautiful, appears as though God has had a lot of time and made a beautiful doll with all very specific features. So who did that? Not mother, not doctor. Then who did it? Is it not? It can't happen by chance. It's not a magic. So all Lord does it. So you should have faith in that. So while worshipping the Lord through that work, this work, even if faultily done, okay, a little bit faultiness doesn't matter. Children also commit mistakes, we excuse them. Is it not? We don't take them to task. It's better than accepting another's occupation. Prescribed duties are never affected by sinful reactions. Okay, this all, the whole what I read now is between 41 to 48 shlokas, not only one shloka. So it comes in actually, steps, not all. This is another flow chart. Yeah, this one, 42, 43, 44. Now, I read the shlokas here are here only, so I didn't use separately. Who will take it up?
Ajay,
Yogananda Prabhu or Ajay Prabhu, please take. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Samudama tapah sauchyam kyatir arjabame evacha jnanam vijnanam astikyam brahma karma subhavajam.
Yeah. 4 kinds of ashramas based on the modes of material nature. It's the 41 shloka. That's what it says. Now, what is it? Peacefulness, self-control. Okay, being peaceful, controlling yourself. Okay, you should have. I always tell you, brakes and accelerator both are with you. You have to control your vehicle with both of them. Okay, austerity, penances, purity, tolerance, honesty. This we have come across earlier too, is it not? The virtues of Sita Prajna and all that, we come across these virtues. Okay, honesty, wisdom, knowledge, all good things, knowledge, religiousness. These are the qualities by which the Brahmanas work. See, there are 3 social orders: Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and the Shudras. So Brahmanas are noted for their intelligence, for their, they are supposed to be the educating class in the sense they educate the others. Okay, so they are supposed to be knowledgeable. Okay, they are very peaceful. They have the controlled senses. They're austere. They do penances, sacrifices. Very pure heart they have. They should be having, not that all have. Tolerance, very patient. Honesty, honest to the core. Wisdom, very wise, knowledgeable, and religiousness. perform all the karma kanda and all that. These are the qualities of the Brahmana. Heroism, next one, please take.
Yogananda Prabhuji. Yogananda Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mata. Shauryam teja dhriti daksham yuddhe chapi apalayanam danam ishvara bhavascha kshetram karma svabhajam. Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the qualities of work for the Kshatriyas.
Kshatriya, yeah. Heroism. Kshatriyas are normally, they are the military, the capacity to fight. They are the military power, administrating power they have. Power, they have a lot of power, very powerful. Determination, they should be determined. They have to, if they have to fight against an enemy, they have to be determined. The goal has to be fixed. They can't giggle there. Resourcefulness, very useful. Courage in battle, generosity. What is generosity? See, in the war, sometimes, see, only killing is not the only job of the Kshatriya. Sometimes what happens, the enemies, they surrender. They ask for refuge. They ask for pardon. They lift their hands. That's the culture in etiquette and military. They shouldn't kill them then. See, once a person raises a hand and surrenders, you should be actually excused, pardoned. So the generosity should also be there with the Kshatriya. Not that he has a sword in the hand and bows and arrows, go on shooting and killing. That's not it. If the enemy surrenders, you should be generous enough to pardon them. Right? And leadership, you should be a leader, is administrator, are the qualities of work for the Kshatriyas. Last one, take the shloka. Shigo Raksha.
Pinky Mataji.
The Krishi.
Krishi.
Krishi go rakshya vanijyam vaishya karma svabhavajam paricharyatmakam karma shudrasyapi svabhavajam. Farming, cow protection and business are the qualities of work for the Vaishyas, and for the Shudras there is labor and service to others. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So farming, cattle raising and business are the qualities of the Vaishyas. They farm, they have a land, they have got ox, they till the land, they grow grains for the populace. Okay. Cattle raising, they have wonderful cattle, healthy cattle, which can work in the paddy fields, in the fields. Okay. And business, they're merchants. Okay. Are the qualities of Vaishyas, the work of Vaishyas. And for the Shudras, there is labor and service to others. They have to work, they have to serve. That's why they should never, try to become the master of the servants. The master of the masters. Okay, they should be servitors only. They should bend down, be menial in that, be always humble and do their duty. Never argue with the master and create a chaos. Okay, these are the three the karma dharmas of the three orders. We come to the next one, 44. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
45, yeah.
Sve sve karmani abhirataha samsiddhim labate naraha swakarma nirataha siddhim yatha vindati tachrunu. By following these qualities of work, every man can become perfect. Now please hear from me how this can be done.
Yeah. Sve sve karmani abhirataha. So by following the qualities of work, every man can become perfect. Okay. Samsiddhim labate naraha swakarma nirata siddhim yatha vindati tachrunu. Okay. By following the qualities, we're going to elaborate that now. Okay. This is the thing. Now 46 one, I'll reflect after some time. Yeah. I say 46 one.
Mahalakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yatha pravartirbhutanam yena sarvam idam tatam swakarmana tam abhyacharya siddhim vindati manavaha. By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all pervading, man can, in the performance of his own duty, attain perfection. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So we see here Brahmana, Kshatriya, Then you see Vaishya, and this is a Vaishya and the Shudra. Okay, so they are the four. They are doing their occupational duties. Okay, so by worship of the Lord, we source of all beings. See, Lord is the source of everything, not only beings. Everything on this in the universe is the beginning, is the origin. Okay, and who is all pervading? Is there in every atom, every anu is there. Living, non-living, doesn't matter. He is there, a super soul. Okay, man can, in the performance of his own duty, attain perfection. So, what should man do? All these four people, he should remember the Lord, worship the Lord, and do their duty. That's all. Nothing more than that. Okay, do their duty only. Now, the Brahmana should not try to become a Kshatriya, or try to become a Shudra, or try to become a Vaishya. Okay, he should be knowledgeable. He should be in his status only. A Kshatriya should not become meek like a Brahmana. Should not surrender, become very sort of, very humble and all that. Say, I'm not going to fight. Shouldn't renounce fight itself, and then say, I want to go to forest and I want to renounce there. He can't do that. He can't. I want to meditate there. He can't do that. He should perform his job. Not only that, while performing his job, he has to be violent. He has to kill, obviously, and sometimes he has to do so many tricks. He has to play a lot of. It's not a straight war. Is not just face to face, and sometimes he has to use a lot of tricky plans to defeat the enemy. Doesn't matter. But a Brahmana can't do that. He can't kill. Of course, Brahmana has to kill and sacrifices sometimes, but that is allowed. That is allowed. Okay, only for the sake of ritual, not for enjoying that food, that the animal that has been eaten. Okay, that has been killed. But the Brahmana just can do that to that extent. But a Kshatriya can't be like a meek, like a Brahmana, sit his folded legs and say, I want to preach. He can't do that. He has to definitely fight. And a Vaishya should be, it's a mercantile community. He has to be very clever. See, sometimes have you not seen the shops? They say, come, our shop is best shop, best saris, best everything. Especially for you, we'll give you discount. There'll be no discount. They'll be making profit only. It's a lie he is telling. But he's allowed to tell that lie. He's given the permission to tell that lie, okay? Because he has to make profit. That is his occupation. If he doesn't do it, he can't have a survival at all. He will go pauper. He'll be on the streets. He can't be like a Brahmana, like a Kshatriya, go to war fund. He has to, in his own business, he has to show his tactics and then he has to succeed. Then a Shudra has to submissively listen to the master and till the soil. Okay? There's no option. He has to do it. There's nothing wrong, and nothing is abominable in this world. Nothing is very, very menial or in that. All you should have this, what they say, respect for all work. Okay, you should not have reservations about the work that you're performing. All work is God's work. I always tell one thing, and I believe in it also. See, we are, though maybe in a college or an office, there is CEO or manager or managing director, whatever, all of us are serving the Lord. Maybe temporarily there in the college, there's someone is called the principal to have organization, to have control over the whole college that is there. But you're not serving any person there. You're serving Saraswati Devi. You're serving Almighty. These are all, they're also serving the same God. So don't think one is less, one is high and all that, that comes to Brahmavata stage. I'll be telling you that. He never thinks anything is higher and anything is lower. An ant, an elephant, a learned person, an ordinary person, all are equal. Commoners are equal for him. So that sort of a vision we must have. That should be the way we actually view the people. Okay. So we'll go to the next one. Yeah. Now this is my reflection I want to share with you. Some places the reflection is a little more today. That's why I said little. You can go fast, we'll go fast. As part and parcel of the Supreme, that we already know by now. 18th chapter we have come. They are all the internal parts and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Okay, by heart. When midnight in the dream, we have to say the same thing. It's one's sacred duty to render service unto Lord. Yet his eternal servitors is our proprietor. There is no doubt about that. Okay. Everyone should be engaged in devotional service to the Lord in full Krishna consciousness. No exemption at all. All of us. The Supreme Lord, by his external and internal energies, his external superior energy and internal, external inferior energy. Now both are Lord's only. He's all pervading. See, in the inside the heart, is there a super soul? And where is the super soul? In every atom. Where are atoms? All over the universe. all pervading, every ant to elephant. Take one small grain of dust, that also has super soul. Okay, pervading, all pervading. And external energy is Prakriti. Everywhere Prakriti is so expansive, all pervading. The Supreme Lord must be worshipped with both his energies. You can't say I'll worship, I am a part and parcel of the inner energy, spiritual energy, I'll worship only that. No, you can't say that. You have to worship both, because both are his energies only. Okay. Generally, the Vaishnava devotees worship the Supreme Lord with his internal energy. That's what is done. But then that is not right. The energy, external energy is in the background. So both have to be worshipped. The Supreme Lord, by his plenary portion as Paramatma, or the Super Soul, is situated everywhere. He is there everywhere actually. Yeah. 47 shloka, please take. Yeah.
Meenakshi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Eyan swadharma bhigunaha paradharma swanushtitat swabhava niyatam karma kurvanapnoti kilvisham. It is better to engage in one's own occupation, even though one may perform it imperfectly, than to accept another's occupation and perform it perfectly. Prescribed duties according to one's nature are never affected by sinful reactions. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah. So, Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha. You must do your prescribed duty. Paradharmatsva Anushtitat. Don't try to do others' thing. Mind your own business. It's best, So you are born in a particular mode of nature. Okay. You should just follow what has been ascribed to you. Okay. So, Bhava Niyatam Karma Kurvan Anapnoti Kilvisham. It's better always do your duty and don't venture into others' duty. And then maybe you can do it better also. Doesn't matter. There's so many animals here. See, he's been saying first to climb the tree wins. Now, can the elephant think of it? Tell me. It cannot. Okay. Can this penguin think of it? It cannot. Okay. Now, of course, the bird is there. It can. But climbing the tree, it's not flying on the tree. So climbing only this monkey can do. Okay. So others cannot definitely do it. So they should know what their capacities, their capabilities, and limit to that and do their duty. Okay. Now, one's occupational duties are already prescribed by the Lord. Lord has given us each one as he has given the duty. The worm, the smallest worm in the soil, the smallest of all, that has got its own duty. Okay. And the biggest and the mammoth, which is not there today, extinct animal, but the largest, the blue whale or the sperm whale or huge animals, they also have their duty. Okay. Every animal has got its duty. Every small plant to huge plants, all have their duties. One should not imitate another's duty, working according to his own nature. You have been given duty, just follow it. That's all. No work is it will be chaotic. The reason it will be chaotic. If all start doing the same thing in a station, one has to issue tickets, one has to control the train, one has to. There are so many portfolios there. That they should do their things separately. If all try to do the same thing because I can do it better, it will be chaotic. No work is abominable if performed in the service of the Supreme Lord. Remember the Lord and do. Even if you do a scavenger's job, it is equally sacred. There's nothing wrong. Okay. Occupational duty of a Brahmana is in the mode of goodness. But if he's not by nature in the mode of goodness, let us say he's a born Brahmana. But his nature is not goodness, unfortunately. He should not imitate occupational duty of a Brahmana. He should not act like a Brahmana if he's not able to do it. In this Kali Yuga, I think that is what is happening. Many are Brahmanas, but they are not at all qualified Brahmanas. They don't have the qualities of a Brahmana at all, but they act like a Brahmana. When there's something, when there's a queue for something going to be given for Brahmanas, they'll be the first to go and stand there. But they don't have any qualities of a Brahmana. They should not do actually. That's one thing the Prabhupada says. A Brahmana by birth, if attracted to a kind of work done by the Shudras, should not artificially claim to be a Brahmana. That's what he says. This is one thing that has been actually said. See, this is very actually a very rational thinking. So, see, when one's born a Brahmana, who can say I'm not a Brahmana? He can't say I'm give up his religion and say I'm a Shudra, though he's very good at doing that job. But then Prabhupada says that if you're born a Brahmana, and very good at doing the job that other person is doing, the Shudras are doing, you should not claim to be a falsely to be a Brahmana, or otherwise an alternative. You should try to become a Brahmana, truly a Brahmana. Practice, I think, is impossible in this earth. Everything is possible. Okay, so if you can do that, I will go to the next reflection. Example, businessman. Then I think we skipped something. Yeah. A Kshatriya administrator has to do many morally unapprovable acts. He has to kill, violence is there. He has to use tactics. All morally, not, you can't approve it. If a Brahmana does, it is abominable. He can't do it. A Kshatriya can do it. He has to exhibit violent nature and kill enemies, one thing. Speak lies in diplomacy. They can't always be truthful, but that is allowed for them. That's it. Interesting. It's allowed for them. As related to political affairs, because he's in politics, he should not give them up to behave like a Brahmana. He can't be, oh, I want to speak truth. Satyameva Jayate. And he can't just go by what a Brahmana does. He has to use his tactics. Nothing wrong. It is not sinful. That's what Lord says. See, a lot of lenience Lord has given us, It is not sinful. Lord is satisfied when one behaves as per his duty. You just do your duty. That's very important. Okay. He's, Arjuna, being a Kshatriya, did not need to be afraid of the guilt of sinning or degrading. That was Arjuna's lamentation. He was saying in the beginning, so sinful, there'll be degradation of the families, the culture is gone, and women will be actually, they'll have very sad plight and all that. So, and if he's sinning, and are sinning of what? Killing his own teachers, his own, cousins, his uncles, his grandfather-like people, father-like people, all those people. But being a Kshatriya, he did not, this guilt should not be there with him at all. Afraid of guilt, of sinning is, degradation is, he feels by killing, I'm becoming lower in my esteem. No, you should not feel it. He's doing the right thing. He should do that. If he doesn't do, he's sinning. That is wrong. He was fighting in his Swadharma, that is called Swadharma, for the sake of Krishna. So whatever you do with Krishna in mind is all actually, everything is approved. Okay? Yeah. Example, a businessman. Okay. He has to tell lies. He can't always say, this mine is the best. I got this all bundle of lies they'll tell. You have to accept the simple lies. Okay. Telling to make, he says, no profit at all. I'm giving it a loss only, he says. But he'll be making profit. He should make because, otherwise that is a livelihood. He can't survive at all. He'll be on the streets one day. Factually, he cannot survive without a profit margin. So God has allowed him that too. Okay. He should not give up his profession with reluctance to speak lies to emulate a Brahmana. Oh, I want to be like a Brahmana. A Brahmana speaks truth. So he can't do that. He has to speak lies. Another thing, God is so very merciful. See, we have to do all the worship with austere cloth and all that. People know. Wash it and put it in for the puja and all that. Okay. And generally we don't wear slippers and do puja and all. We take care. But in the countries which are very cold, they have to wear shoes. They have to wear suits and then they have to worship. It's allowed there. So according to the circumstance, according to the environment, God has given a lot of lenience. He says, have bhakti. Bhakti is very important. Devotion is very important. These little exemptions God really gives us. All that is all of them, a Kshatriya, a Vaishya, and a Shudra, should serve the Supreme Lord by their work. All of us for that matter. Okay? You have to, whatever we do, that is one way of worshipping the Lord. Do your prescribed duty, you're worshipping the Lord. Brahmanas too have to sacrifice animals as a ritual while performing certain sacrifices. Excused. They're not, they're not, but they are not using it for sense gratification. Okay? It's as a ritual, they're doing it. But those days it used to happen. Now I think it's not much seen. All should work for the purpose of Yajna Purusha, that is Vishnu. So whatever we do is all for Vishnu, the Supreme Lord. Anything done for personal sense gratification is a cause of bondage. If you're doing it for yourself, see, is it not? See, we have to, I at least feel like that. If I have to do something for another person, whatever it is, what could be anything, maybe even getting a seat in a college, it's for my daughter I'll be hesitating. I would be the last person, but someone else's daughter or son, I go out of the way to do that for them, no? With all my whatever good offices that I have. So always, for when you do for yourself, you become small. Do it for others. Give, you always get much more. One should execute one's prescribed occupational duty. Why? As it is as why do you see a bird flies, a fish swims? So easy, natural for them. Can I swim like a bird? Can you fly like a? Can you swim like a fish and fly like a bird? We can't do that, is it not? It's a natural thing. So even prescribed occupational duties are natural. They can just do them just like that. Okay. It's as natural as flying is to a bird or swimming is to a fish. So why do it? Very easy. Do it. It becomes your prescribed duty and also becomes worship the Lord. Can be done involuntarily. We can do it just, speaking in my own language, I can do it, no problem at all, involuntarily I can do. And especially in the kitchen, we'll be doing so many things and talking also. We don't even look at what we are doing. We do it wonderfully well because we are adapted in that particular skill, whatever job we are doing. Engaging the consciousness in devotion. So we can do see what advantage, look here, how it is. If you do involuntarily, see all your senses, you are not concentrating on the work you're doing. So you can concentrate your senses on devotion. Wonderful. So both happen at the same time, is it not? Say Swakama, Swami Kama, they say, both of them happen there. Abandoning one's duties. Say, I don't want to do my duty. Enamored by others' duty is struggle. Kindly mute if you are, my request, if your microphone is on, please mute. Yeah. Earnest request. Yeah. So abandoning one's duty, not doing one's duty, enamored by others' duty is something like, I believe burning one's skin to get the tiger skin, as the story actually. I think the fox or jackal, I do not know. It wants to get a skin like the tiger, and it burns and ultimately gets hurt actually. So you can't do that. See, God has given tiger its own skin, leopard its own skin, elephant its own skin, giraffe its own skin, peacock its beautiful, plumes, its feathers. We can't enamored by that. If I try to get that, it is struggle. You won't get it also. Impossible actually. Performing swadharma is rid of sinful reactions. When you're doing your dharma, your prescribed duty, there's no sinful reaction. There's absolutely no guilt. On the contrary, not performing one's prescribed duty incurs sin. That's what Krishna says in the beginning to our Arjuna. He says, if you do, when he says, I'm committing sin, I'm going to be, he feels so, there's so many compassionate, there's so many, he's out of compassion, doesn't want to do so many things. And Krishna tells him, if you do it as duty, it is right. If you don't do your duty, you are actually erring. You are actually, that is sinful, not this. Okay. This is because one is going against one's inherent propensity. So we should never go against. God has given each one of us something, okay, which we do not know. We don't treasure what we have. We always try to eye at what others have. It is very bad. Okay, whatever God has given me, maybe not very good looks, maybe intelligence, maybe writing skill, maybe some skill, something He has given us. Okay, at least ultimately goodness if He has given us. Okay, and be in that, be situated in goodness. Okay, so because one should not go against one's inherent propensity. What has God has given us? Don't please go against it. Arjuna, as a Kshatriya, was bestowed with capabilities required to fight in battle. He was a Kshatriya, so he had to fight only. He was confronted with actually, he had to actually, for morality and justice, he had to fight. He had to fight for the vow of morality. See, what was the morals the Kauravas had? Horrible. They were foreign people, they were. And justice. They asked for 5 villages to rule, for one each. Even that they were not able to give. Actually, they had to rightfully rule the whole kingdom. But then that was very bad. So morality and justice. Morality, because see how Draupadi was insulted in the Kuru Sabha. Anything bad can happen worse can happen than for a woman. Such a respectable, intelligent, knowledgeable woman. And beyond that, even maybe the lady is not knowledgeable, actually intelligent, but even then a woman or a human being for that matter, you should not do that. It's very bad. It is morality, downfall of morality. So that was actually had to be, taken care of. Yeah. So now we go to the next. Swadharman parityajya. Yeah. And yes. If he forsook his duty, that is, forsaking is not doing his duty, okay? And Kshatriya, turned his path towards forest to do penance. If Arjuna had walked off to forest to do penance, he would be condemned as an escapist. Two things would have happened. One thing is, he would say, Palayana, they say Palayana, that is, he is escapist, is running away from the whole situation. Okay, would be suppressing his innate nature of chivalrousness. See, as a Kshatriya, he inherently was very chivalrous, was very, very valiant, very, very brave, very courageous. Okay, he would be suppressing that whole talent that he had. And escapist, both. All those both were actually blames for him. People would condemn him for life, actually. So he had to fight. The best option for him was to fight valiantly and surrender the effects of his actions to the Supreme Lord. So do your duty, and he may kill someone, may not kill. Already see what is killing. Killing is again, they are going to enter Lord, again come back. So there's nothing like, only we see that out of scene. Like, when the drama is going on, some people are on the stage, they go away, again come back after some time for the next show. It's like that. Life is like that only. Okay? Unless we get liberated. That is very great. When you are going to get liberated. So there's nothing to feel bad about that. So, but do your duty, and whatever you do, the effects of it, you surrender to Krishna. But not like, murder someone and then surrender effects to Krishna, or you loot a bank and surrender. That's not in the mode of goodness. Okay, that's not our duty. That's actually an abominable duty. Work. So that will not get us any fame or any good blessings from the benedictions from the Lord. On advancing in spirituality, okay, Swadharma changes. Now, is this Swadharma always there, perennially there? No. Once we are in spirituality, could be Kshatriya, could be Shudra, could be Brahmana, could be anyone. Okay, even Shudra I'm talking about. Okay, if he becomes, let us say Shudra comes across a devotee. Okay, so devotee goes to one of our spiritual master. It's advanced in spirituality. Then Swadharma will not be there any longer for him. It becomes spiritualized. Okay, Swadharma changes. No longer confined to the body alone. He's a Shudra, he must do menial job. No, not like that. He can always get elevated. That's the sanction given by Lord. It becomes the dharma of the soul. Okay, Swadharma is for the body. When it becomes spiritualized, dharma of the soul, which is devotion to God. Okay, see, there are sweepers, BBM sweepers. They say, Manego puja. I'm sorry, I'm speaking Kannada. So they say, I have to go and worship. They don't even need, sometimes you get something from them. You have to go. After sweeping all the streets, they go actually home and they do worship. They take bath, go to temples, they do puja, they do all that. So then how do you think they're any way less than any one of us? They're the same. At this stage, one is justified in giving up occupational duties. Then you can give up your occupation. You can be, supposing a Shudra gets enlightened, he can always keep saying Hare Krishna Mahamantra and then keep on going to temples and doing worship. Nothing wrong with that. And not that he's actually not following Swadharma there. Okay, I think, yeah. So he may wholeheartedly engage in devotion, as that now that is his Swadharma. So once he gets spiritualized, that is a Swadharma, that becomes his prescribed duty. For people so situated, Krishna gives the final verdict at the end of Bhagavad Gita. What is that? We shall see. All of us know this beautiful shloka. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami mashuchah. Give up all varieties of dharmas. Krishna says in this. Tomorrow we'll be coming to that. Okay? Give up all your dharmas and simply surrender unto me. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. And in Bhagavatam, beautifully said actually. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th chapter, 11th canto, 20th chapter, 9th verse. Okay. Tavat karmani kurvitana nirvidyeta yavata mat katha shravanadavva shraddhayavanna jayate. We must keep doing our prescribed occupational duty as long. How long can we do it? As long as the taste of devotion through hearing, chanting, meditating on the Leelas of God has not developed. But once we develop the taste for chanting, taste for hearing, taste for meditating, and hearing the Leelas of Lord, we can stop our prescribed duty. No longer they apply to us. Okay, it's beautiful actually. So nectarian, this whole Bhagavad Gita is, yeah. I think I'm skipping some. Yeah, this has been done. I shouldn't skip any slide. Yeah. 48 shloka, please take one of you.
Ajay Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sahajam karma kaunteya sadhusam apinat tyajat sarvarambha hidosena bhumena griri iva britaha. Every endeavor is covered by some fault, just as fire is covered by smoke. Therefore, one shouldn't give up the work born of this nature. O son of Kunti, even if such work is full of fault. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah. So every work will have some problems. Okay. And we should not, because it's problematic, we should not actually give it up. You should do it. Okay. That's what I'll have my reflections here. In conditioned life, all of us are contaminated. All of us. There's no one who is liberated or, above that. Okay. By what? Again, three modes of material nature that we know. Beside the Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya, besides three of them, a Shudra, okay, he'll be serving a bad master. Okay. And the bad master will give him bad orders. He has to do it. He can't say anything. Okay. He has to carry out. He can't say, no, this is wrong. Though he knows it is wrong, he can't say it is wrong. Master may say, go get me a bottle of liquor. It is not really good. But he says what to do. He has to do it for the sake of duty. Okay. Despite all problems, one should carry out his duties, for they are born out of his own nature. Shudra's job is to listen, just follow, be obedient. He has to do his job. One should not give up his natural occupation because of unpleasantness. So it's so nice, not nice to get stand in the Shudras. All Shudras are not bad, they're quite virtuous also. He may not like to go to shop, stand in the queue, get the liquor for him, but still, though unpleasant, as duty he has to do it. What did Raja Harishchandra do? Tell me. Raja Harishchandra, he was actually burning the bodies in the graveyard. Raja, he had to go there. King had to do that job. Was it very pleasant for him? But he did it. It was his duty as that the watchman of the crematorium. Example: fire is pure, okay, but the smoke is not pure. If you lit a fire, okay, you light the lamp in front of Lord, the lamp is so beautiful, it burns so brightly. But then a lot of black thing, soot is there. So you remove it. But that soot doesn't make the lamp impure. Does it make the lamp impure? No. That is impure. You just remove it, throw it away. Again, when you remove it and throw, again, it glows brighter still. So that way, smoke cannot make the fire impure. So all these faulty problems cannot make a person actually imperfect or degraded. Okay. Yeah. If one gives up his duty, accepting another's, there is no assurance. What is the assurance? Always, the grass on the other side is green, they say, So always everything looks nice from a distance. So if you take others' job, duty, if there is, what is a guarantee? There's no problem there. There can be problems are there everywhere eternally in the material world. So you have to just do your duty, and the known devil is better than the devil unknown. Just accept and then do your duty. One should serve the Supreme Lord through his prescribed duty with determination. Determination is very important. Be determined, serve the Lord. All the defects in the particular occupation are purified. If you're determinedly doing something, see when Harishchandra was burning those, when his son, his wife brings the son's body, even that he asks for money. See, his own son's, cremating his own son's body, he say ask for money. She has no money to give him. But see, it's his duty, he has to give the main person the money. So, but that duty purified him to become a great, to this day, Raja Satya Harishchandra. He got that title, Satya Harishchandra. To become great, it is not a joke. It's very difficult. All the defects actually get purified. That is perfection. That is perfection. Performing devotional service in this state is self-realization. Okay. And we come to the last week. This is last two for today, 49 to 55. Now, confidential, there are three things here. Confidential knowledge, more confidential knowledge, most confidential knowledge. Three. Now we'll come to confidential knowledge. From reaction-free work, Nishkama Karma, to Jnana Yoga, to Brahman platform. That is the Brahmabhuta stage. We'll go till there and stop today. Till Brahmabhuta, we'll go and stop today. And pure devotional service. One practicing Nishkama Karma, okay, that is karma without expecting the fruits of the results of the action. Your detached work, detached from all, no attachment to the work, attains goodness and the knowledge that he is not his body. We always think, are we the body? We are not the body, we are the soul. The body is, it's ephemeral. It's going to vanish after some time. He finally attains the Brahman platform. So if you know all these things, we also can attain the Brahman platform. But we should persuade our knowledge, not for a short while and then forget it and then come on the mundane platform. Okay, it is difficult, but he can do it. He finally attains the Brahman platform. By serving Krishna on this platform, the Brahman platform, with a devotion, okay, one reaches the kingdom of the Lord. 49 shloka, please take.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, yeah, please.
Asakta buddhi sarvatra jitatma vigata spraha naishkarmya siddhim paramam sanyasena digacchati.
Yeah.
One who is self-controlled and unattached and who disregards all material enjoyments can obtain by practice of renunciation the highest perfect stage of freedom from reaction. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So one is self-controlled, okay, control your senses, okay, and unattached to your activities, and who disregards all material enjoyments, no sense gratification, can obtain by practice of renunciation like a sannyasi. The sannyasi has to take the order of sannyasa, is it not? But for a Krishna conscious person, there is no need to take sannyasa like the sannyasi, but still, if he does with a self-controlled mind, unattached to all his work, he can be on par with a sannyasi. That's what is actually mentioned here. He gets, he attains the highest perfect stage of freedom from reaction. Okay. Yeah. Thinking that as one is a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, he has no right to enjoy results of his work. Okay. Now, a person who thinks like that, everything, see where who am I? I'm not distinct. I'm actually a manifestation of the Lord. Lord has given his body, the soul, everything. You're so very submissive, to think like that. And when obviously, when the Lord is a proprietor, you are the servitor. See, everything Lord has got the right to enjoy. We don't have the right to enjoy. Okay, that is real renunciation in Krishna or Krishna consciousness. If you think, no, I can enjoy everything. See, actually, even one grain, see, we people, sometimes what happens, we'll be doing some work and some grains fall down. And many ladies, not all, because very, very conscientious, they, every grain they pluck out, they pluck and keep it in, they use it. Some of them just sweep it off. Do you know, to produce one grain, can I do it? Can you do it? Can anyone do it? Any scientist? No one can do it. But Lord has created that grain. So much of energy has gone by the plant into the grain. How can you throw it? Okay, if you throw it, give it to birds, they can eat, but don't throw it in the dustbin. Of course, but the argument is there in dustbin also, there'll be organisms which later will eat it. I don't mean to say no. But then, see, we should not do that. Knowingly, we should not do that. The results of his work must be enjoyed by the Supreme Lord. He has no right to enjoy it. Lord has to enjoy it. Yeah. I think I passed it. Yes. The thinker, such a thinker, is a true sannyasi, that we know that. Unattached to everything material. Okay? He is happy only in the transcendental happiness derived from the service of the Lord. A sannyasi, what is his happiness? only serving the Lord. Hare Krishna Mahamantra, saying that, and not even cooking for himself, cooking for the Lord, and then begging for himself, going from door to door, and then eating whatever is given, worshipping, doing penance, all that he does. Okay, that is his happiness. A sannyasi is free from the reactions of his past activities. That is why he is free of the reactions of past activities. See, even many people think going to temple is so bothersome. Lighting lamp in the evening is so bothersome. Doing puja is so bothersome. Going to pilgrimage is so bothersome. But some like it, They don't mind sitting for sermons hours together. They forget themselves. They go to temple. Of course, there are limitations. Some have problems with, like, God, there are some, health issues, age issues. Doesn't matter. You should not not compulsory that way. But if you're able to do it, the real spiritualist, he would not mind doing all these things without feeling he's doing it. But a person who this is imposed on him, he will think it is a burden. So a sannyasi is actually, and who does it voluntarily, willingly, happily, in transcendental happiness, is a true sannyasi. A Krishna conscious person is also rid of the reactions of his past activities automatically by serving Krishna in his work. Prescribed duty, do your work, finish. That's all. Lord is a proprietor, I am the servitor. I am the inner part and parcel of his inner energy, and he is my, I have to serve him throughout my life. To think these things, and two energies. If you always keep up thinking this, you're in self-realization. Without accepting the order of renunciation, you don't have to become sannyasi for all that, Wear that orange cloth and become a sannyasi. You can do it. By action, you can be a sannyasi. This state of mind is called yoga rudha. Please remember, there's some terms going to come now. Brahma Bhuta, Yoga Rudha, Brahman platform and all that. Such a platform of a person, not necessarily accepting sannyasa, but acting like a sannyasi is called yoga rudha, or the perfectional stage of yoga. Now, from karma yoga to jnana yoga, we'll just small flow chart for you. Who can engage in jnana yoga? Who is wearing jnana yoga now? Last part actually, jnana yoga. One who is self-controlled and completely unattached can engage in jnana yoga. Okay, that is a person. What is the result? He can attain highest perfect stage of freedom from reaction. Okay, now that's what it says. Then we shall go to the next shloka. Yeah, 50th one. Please take this.
Mahalakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Siddhim prapto yatha brahma tathapnoti nibodhame samasenaiva kaunteya nishtagnanasya ya para. O son of Kunti, learn from me how one who has achieved this perfection can attain to the supreme perfectional stage, Brahman, the stage of highest knowledge, by acting in the way I.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
The way, yeah. The way, yeah. Let's say.
The way I shall now summarize.
Summarize, yeah, he'll tell now. Okay? So he tells son of Kunti, so now that is a son of Pratha. Pratha is Kunti. And learn from me now. One who has achieved his, how can one achieve perfection? Okay, and be in the perfectional stage, supreme perfectional stage. He's in what stage is that? For the Brahman stage of highest knowledge. He's going to summarize how it happens. Let's go to that. Yeah, 50th shloka here. How can one attain Brahman platform? Brahman platform, supreme perfectional stage is called as, and stage of highest knowledge. It is Brahman platform. Now, that's Lord Krishna is now going to summarize. Just nothing. Yeah. Now, the 51 to 53, there are 3 shlokas here. It's a long thing. Should anyone take it, or should I read it? Is anyone taking it? But yeah, we should. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, take Mataji.
Ya visuddhaya yukta dhratyatmanam niyamya cha sabdadin visayam tyaktva ragadvesa vayudhyasya cha vivikta sevi laghavashi yatavakaya manasah dhyana yoga para nityam वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः अहंकारं बलं दर्पं कामं क्रोधं परिग्रहं विमुच्य निर्ममः शान्तो ब्रह्म भूया कल्पते.
Uyaya kalpate. Yes, yeah. Okay, so we're going to Brahma Bhuta stage now. What is Brahma Bhuta? A personal, yes. Now, a person elevated to self-realization. Okay. Now, how is he? Okay. Now we're talking. Slowly, you are going to discuss about the person who is getting self-realized now through all practicing all this. Is purified by his intelligence. Okay. Now, before self-realization, he has to be purified by his intelligence. Controlling the mind, when that purifies. Say intelligence purifies us, used in the proper way, not perverted. Okay. And controlling the mind purifies us. Controlling. Okay. With determination and giving up the objects of sense gratification. See, we are not eating grains on Ekadashi, controlling the mind with determination. Okay, we are actually getting self-realized over time. Okay, and giving up the objects of sense gratification. Slowly, you have to do that. Nothing can happen overnight. You have to take your own time. Doesn't matter. But one day, when you go to that, you will never come back. I always tell you, it's a point that the butter becomes ghee. Okay. And from the buttermilk, the butter comes out. It's a point. And once the butter comes out of the buttermilk and the ghee is produced from the butter, now ghee will never become butter and butter will never get back into buttermilk. Okay, it's like that. It's a point. Okay, it's a mode of goodness. He is free from attachment and hatred in his activities. In all his activities, no attachment. Okay, no hatred also. Inauspicious, auspicious doesn't apply to him. Whatever the job, he does his duty. Okay. Now, what did Harishchandra do? Again, coming to the same example, was it auspicious? I mean, burning the carcasses, I mean, the bodies, not auspicious. He didn't bother. He said, it's my duty, I'm doing it. Okay. Lives in a secluded place. They prefer silent place like a forest or some, temple and all that. Eats little. They always eat mita ahara. They take very less food. Okay. Controls his body, mind, and power of speech. His body is controlled, mind is controlled, doesn't think bad things, no bad thoughts. Okay. And body is controlled. All activities in a controlled way, doesn't do whatever he feels like recklessly, and power of speech. He speaks always, priyam bruyat, satyam bruyat. Okay. And never bruyat satyam apriyam. Never talk lies, truth, which is apriya, which is not very pleasant. So he knows how to control speech also. Even apriya satya, he will tell in a very nice way, sugar-coated way, so that the person can take it. That is what we should all do. Just bluntly say something and hurt thousands of people and be off. Yeah, we are again saying. Free from false ego. False what? What all false? False ego, false strength, false pride, lust, anger, material things. Okay. And proprietorship as not in the bodily concept of life. Such a person, realized person, he is not in the bodily concept of life. He doesn't think I'm the body. I'm the solely things. That is why he is free from false ego. Now, false strength is the boast of his strength, not having it. Okay. False ego, then false pride. See, there's no need to be proud at all. Unnecessarily getting thinking much of ourselves. Lust, anger, he doesn't have that. Okay. Then yeah. And all material things, he doesn't have attachment to that. And proprietorship, the bodily, always in. Yeah, always in trance and peace. Always trance. He won't mix with people. He'll be own world. Happy in his world, very happy. Clothing doesn't matter to him. Nothing matters to him. Even his sleeping, arrangement. You will sleep under a tree, doesn't matter. Peaceful, very, very happy, very peaceful. One should be like that. In this stage of self-realization of Brahman, okay, what is it called? It's called Brahma Bhuta stage. Very important in spirituality. When one is free from the material conception of life, he becomes peaceful and not agitated. He cannot be agitated at all. This is described in Bhagavad Gita. In the shloka, it's mentioned. Apuryam Apuryapanam Achila Pratishtham Samudram Apaha Pravishanti. Beautiful shloka. Pravishanti Yadvat Tadvat Kama Yam Pravishanti Sarve Sashantim Apnoti Na Kama Kami. See, It's like, all rivers flowing towards the ocean. A person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires. See, so many desires keep on coming. He is not agitated. I want this ornament, I want this garment, I want this, It just doesn't disturb him. Okay. He controls them. How is he compares to rivers going to ocean? So many rivulets going to ocean, okay, which is ever being filled. See, ocean is constantly getting water from all the rivers. But how is the ocean, tell me? Always still, very calm, okay? Yeah, peaceful. And man should be like that, okay? Should not be perturbed. Always you should be like the Sagara, like the ocean, and not the man who strives to satisfy their desires. If people go on catering to your desires, then you'll be always in turmoil, always agitated, always upset. You can never be peaceful at all, It's this is another beautiful image which showing actually all about Brahmabhuta. How to achieve Brahmabhuta? Yeah. Platform is we have done actually all this. Controlling the mind with determination, purified by intelligence, giving up sense objects, freedom from attachment and hatred. Okay. And analogy for peace. A person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enter like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled but is always still. 2.70, that is the shloka number, Bhagavad Gita. And here we living in a secluded place, eats little and controls his mind, body, and power of speech. Freedom for all bad qualities born of material conception, false ego, false strength, all that I just told you. We read the big list just now. Always in trance and detached, does one achieve supreme peace. What a beautiful stage one can attain, almost complete. This is the last shloka we are going to take for the day. Please read this.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah.
Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. One who is thus transcendently situated at once realizes the supreme Brahman. He never laments nor desires to have anything. He is equally disposed to every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me. Hare
Yes. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Who is transcendently situated. He is become spiritual now. He is on a transcendental platform, not a material platform. At once realizes the supreme Brahman. That is Brahman realization, Brahmabhuta stage. And that's it, becoming ghee, no coming back into spiritual world. He never laments, nor desires, no regrets. Not getting this, no problem. Got it, no problem. Didn't get it, also no problem. Anyway, he is happy. See, what a beautiful life we can lead like that. No regrets at all. And one day we have to quit this world. See, if you but while quitting, why not quit happily? If you doesn't matter. You may lose everything on this earth, but end will come. Whether you lose or gain, it will come, Peacefully say goodbye and say, I'm happy, content, very contented. We're having nothing, also say, I'm very happy. Oh, so happy. God gave me this life and healthy life. Let us pray for that. Healthy life, healthy end. These material things will not come with us. A good life. See, I always pray for one thing. I don't know how it's going to happen. I think all should pray for that. See, God gave us this body, in a particular nice way. Okay, let us return that body in the same way and live this. Let us not have any problem. Just leave it like that and return. Someone gives us something to use. Don't we return safely? We don't damage it and give it to them. The same way, return it very safely to Him. Okay. Now that's what the transcendental person actually will be thinking on those lines, but no regrets for not getting something. He never laments, nor desires to have anything. He is equally disposed to every living entity, everyone, ant or elephant or a human being, or a great man, a small man, everything, all are equal, same for him. In that state, he attains pure devotion service unto me. Okay? Brahmabhuta stage. Yeah. That is oneness with the absolute. That is Brahmabhuta. Oneness with the absolute. Okay. Now, oneness with the absolute. See, now, there's a boss. Okay. And the boss, you're very close to the boss. Okay. He's a boss, you are a servant. Definitely, you are his employee. But still, you are so very close to him, a lot of formalities actually get cancelled. They don't remain as formalities. Okay. Now, without being one with the Supreme, if you want to serve a boss properly, you should be, if you're very close with him and serve him that way, it's very beautiful. if you are having that formality and all that, all that, you have to be very grim and then survey, you feel it's a struggle, okay? Without being one with the Supreme, the absolute, that is absolute, that is God, one cannot render service unto him. So when you're worshipping a deity, whether Laddu Gopal or whatever, I think Laddu Gopal is generally worshipped, you should not have any fear. Be one with him, like his real mother or something. So carefully you must handle so much. You think you're feeding the baby. If you do like that, you'll enjoy it, one thing. And that is, you can go closer to him, very close to him. In the absolute conception, there is no difference between served and the servitor. In the absolute conception, in that particular stage, that servitor and served, it will not be, but the small line is there, very small. He is Lord, we are definitely his servitors. But then the great difference in, like, formality, getting afraid and all that, nothing will be there. So sometimes, I just want to share something. Sometimes that deity will slip and fall from the hand, I say, you are so mischievous today. You're falling. I just talk to the Lord like this, Yeah, and not that I dropped it, not drop anywhere, in the plate only, in the puja plate only. And sometimes I touch my little, I'm just sharing something very personal, Sometimes I touch and then my hand, normally was very careful with the deity. Then I tell him, so sorry, did I hurt you? Did you get hurt? I feel we enjoy it. And you don't feel the burden. No afraid. So people think, inauspicious, it fell off from my hand. What will happen now? Very inauspicious, something bad is going to happen. Nothing will happen. What will happen? Nothing will happen. So do it like that. Be close. The closer you are to God, you'll enjoy it. Okay. In the absolute conception of it, distinction is there in higher spiritual sense. What is a higher spiritual sense? He is the proprietor, we are the servitors. That is, what is higher spiritual sense? We are the internal parts and parcels of the Lord. That is definitely, we are not the same as Lord. Definitely not. So you talk with him and not do all that, we can't be same with him at all. Impossible. The Brahmabhuta is just like a river cleansed of all dirty water, very clean water. No sense gratification, no misery, no lamentations, no desires from a Brahmabhuta person. Automatically controlled senses. How are the automatically controlled senses? Like a serpent whose teeth are removed. The fangs are removed. What can it do? It can do nothing, is it not? The same way, if our senses are controlled, nothing can happen to us. Okay. I think it's probably the little bit to say. Last slide for the day. Yeah. He's always in pure devotional service. Brahmabhuta is always in devotional service. Always he's doing that. Never gets tired at all. As God is full, he too is full. Yeah, always he's a reflection of the God in one sense. God is always Purna. He's also full. As a pure devotee, has no thought other than Krishna. Always Krishna, 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 Krishna. Nothing but Krishna. He's naturally always joyful. Who can be unhappy with remembering Krishna? Tell me. Such a playful, cute child. You have to be happy only. Knows every living entity is a fragmental part of the Supreme Lord. Hence, eternal servant. He knows that. He knows the line between the Lord and him. But then he doesn't magnify that line too much. Okay? He enjoys that distance. Knows higher and lower positions are ephemeral. One is very high, one is low, all short-lived. It's a giant wheel. One who is in the lower, section will have to go up after some time. And the one on top has to come down. And after there's dusk, and after dusk there is day. So nothing like higher and lower. The highest personality in this material universe is no more significant than an ant for a devotee. For him, highest personality and an ant are equal. Samadarshina. Okay. For him, stone and gold are of equal value. Doesn't think it is a gold very valuable and the stone is a stone. All are equal. The entire world is as good as Vaikuntha or the spiritual sky. So he enjoys that, no? It's always obviously. See, we say heaven and hell are both on the earth only. We are simply thinking, waiting for that heaven to come, and we can create that heaven here for us. And we can create the hell also for us. We have the freedom, free will God has given, but we will opt to create the heaven here. Such a stage can be achieved by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, who preached pure devotional service in this age. So with that, we end the session for today. We have done up to 54 shlokas. Tomorrow, 55 to 78 will be completing tomorrow. So I'll just say my last prayer, and then you can, the session is open for discussion. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव कृष्ण प्रभात की जय। हरे श्री भक्तवृंद की जय। हरे कृष्ण. So I'll stop sharing and stop recording.